James Browne.
Thank you, Ceann Comhairle. I welcome the opportunity to speak on this very important issue, namely the second stage debate of the Control of Economic Activity Occupied Territories Bill 2018. In my opinion, the enactment of legislation to prohibit the purchase of goods or services produced in settlements deemed illegal is a proportionate response to breaches of international law and does send a strong message from Ireland on the need to respect such laws. Ireland and Fianna Fáil-led governments have a long history of standing up for international law, and this bill is in keeping with that history. Our bill won't end illegal settlements, but it will demonstrate Ireland's significant opposition to them and will send a message to countries flouting international law. It is important to state that this bill is not to be interpreted as an encouragement to boycott the State of Israel, the Israeli people, or those of the Jewish faith. Israel's right to exist and to self-determination is something that I will always support. Israel has a right, like any country, to defend itself with proportionate action. However, Israel also has, as a member of the international community, a moral obligation to adhere to international law. International law is clear that the occupation of lands in the West Bank and Gaza and the establishment of legal settlements on those lands are illegal. Internationally accepted standards of human rights, proportionality and responsibility must be adhered to by all sides. I travelled to the West Bank and Jerusalem with my colleague Deputy Robert Troy. There is little of the state of Palestine left to recognise. Palestinians have fewer rights and less land and freedom than ever before. The restrictions placed on them that I witnessed means that their homeland is little more than an open prison. The despair and hopelessness I saw among Palestinians was horrifying. They live under a crushing and suffocating administration which denies them their dignity. They have been destroyed economically. The situation is desperate and deteriorating. However, I also met a people who refuse to surrender and daily demonstrate courage to endure. We met families whose homes had been knocked down or who have been thrown out of their homes. We met farmers who are not even allowed to take stones from their land so that they can grow crops for their families and be productive. It was disturbing to stand in a field where one could barely grow enough food for a family, but when you looked over a brow of a hill, you could see a neighbouring field that was as lush as any field in Ireland. That can be attributed to human rights abuses. A two-state solution whereby Israel and Palestine can coexist side by side peacefully is the only solution. Unless a political solution is found, extremists will prevail on both sides. Conciliation and dialogue is the only path to a political solution. But the actions of the Israeli Defence Forces have made more difficult that and strengthened the hand of those on both sides who oppose peace. The international community must provide leadership on this. It must provide a resolution to the conflict, and I believe this bill is a step in that direction.